All right. The Biden administration has announced the expansion of taxpayer-funded gender-affirming health care for transgender and gender-diverse federal employees. So we all get to pay for somebody's surgery to change their gender. I'm not sure why we're expected to do that. It doesn't make any sense. And yet here it is. The updated healthcare package was rolled out this month by the Office of Personnel Management, which is an independent government agency that acts as the chief of human resources and personal policy manager for the federal government. Their federal benefits open season fact sheet for people covered under the Federal Employee Health Benefits Program states, the agency is, quote, pleased to deliver enhanced health benefit offerings in the form of gender-affirming care and services. And again, what a bizarre term. This is the thing, though. Control the language, control our society. How is it gender-affirming when you're changing it? That's not affirming it. That's the opposite of affirming it. Beginning in 2023, though, all of these FEHB providers will be required to have adopted one or more recognized entities in order to guide benefits coverage and medical policies pertaining to gender-affirming care and services. Just, it's one weird ruling after another. We've gotten absolutely stark raving mad over transgenderism. How did this happen so quickly? I mean, how long did it take for homosexuals to get the marriage thing? It took decades. This has all happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. And how what is our current? We're 31 trillion in debt. What are we at?
Yeah, 31 trillion. Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not good at math, but it doesn't seem on the surface like we have money to send to Ecuador to promote drag theater performances.
What?
Yeah.
Well, no, those are important, though.
State Department awards a $20,600 grant for Cultural Center in Ecuador to host
20,000?
12 drag theater performances.
Oh, wow. That's nice of us to send that, I don't know, internationally.
There's so many things wrong with that.
Yeah, where do you even
I mean, you're sending money overseas that we don't have to pay for something that is asinine and destructive.
Did you say this is Ecuador, though?
Ecuador.
Yeah, okay. So not overseas, but out of the country, internationally.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, if you're overseas, then you got to cross the sea to get there.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right? Wouldn't you say?
I just thought it was just kind of just a colloquial way of saying another country.
I think there's an actual reason for the overseas
Now, to
thing.
your point, I wouldn't say overseas if I were going to Canada.
Right? So why would you with Ecuador?
But I'm not going to take a land route to Ecuador either.
Well, you could, though.
I'm going to fly over a sea.
But you could drive there. So
that is awesome.
Whereas if you're going overseas, you can't drive there.
We should do a pat poll.
Yeah, we should.
Because I'm kind of torn on this now.
Really? I thought you maybe just screwed up and said overseas when you meant international, but no. You believe it.
I guess I'm that dumb.
All right, let's see if anybody else agrees with you.
Okay, we'll put that out at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Because that's an important discussion that we have to have.
I know. Let's not lose track of the thought here that the federal government sucks. They're printing money and they're sending it over internationally to drag show. What is happening?
I don't know. This drag thing is incomprehensible to me. I don't get it. Why is it now mandatory to subject children to drag shows? Well, because they're grooming. And even drag queens have said so. So frustrating.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the website. Yeah. So our own Sarah Gonzalez, News and Why It Matters, which you'll be on later today, as a matter of fact.
I will.
Right? She started this organization, DefendKidsTX.com. So DefendKidsTX.com. She's fighting this stuff, man.
Yeah.
She's showing where these things are happening, and my gosh, it feels like the culture wars that we're fighting are getting more and more ridiculous by the day.
No question. It seems like that because it is that.
How is it that a logical person with common sense and any kind of decency could look at a drag show
and say, yeah, that's what my kid needs.
And you see the parents laughing in the background and giving the kids money to hand to the stripper or the dancer or whatever.
In some cases, we've actually seen parents turn the kids back toward the drag queen when they wanted to look away and leave the scene and get away from them. And the parents stopped them, turned them around, and made them enjoy the performance.
The kid's instinct is stronger than these misguided parents.
Yeah.
I mean, this is sexual abuse.
Mm-hmm.
This is grooming, as you said, and this is normalizing this kind of behavior so that when they're adults, this will just be totally normal. And God only knows what the kids today that are at drag shows are going to be good with having their kids exposed to later.
Yeah.
We don't survive this.
We don't if we don't get a grip on it. And so far, there's no indication that we're getting a grip on it. I don't know. It is frustrating. And it's evil. We're just up against pure, unadulterated evil right now. And we just need to call it what it is and stand up and say, no, this is not appropriate for kids. I don't think it's necessarily appropriate for adults, but it's certainly not appropriate for kids.
At least
and we used to agree on that.
Right. At least the adults can make that decision on their own.
Yes.
You're shoving a 5-year-old into this situation, giving them no option whatsoever. It's abuse. Period.
There was an announcement for one of these drag shows the other day. I forget where because there's so many of them. But the slug line on the poster was, you're about to see what an 11-year-old drag queen can do.
Gross.
Wow, how promising that is. I'm not understanding why that's a good thing. I'm really not.
It sounds like they were trying to entice the president of the United States to attend.
Almost, yeah. So, because we know he enjoys.
Oh, 11-year-olds?
11-years.
Definitely.
9-year-olds. Mm-hmm. The younger, the better for him.